Hello, English learner. Welcome back to English Speaking and Listening Club. I am so glad you are here today. I know you press play for a reason. Maybe you are sitting on a bus, maybe you are walking, maybe you are lying in bed late at night with your headphones on. Wherever you are, I want you to know that you are not alone. You are part of a family now. A family of people who want to speak English with confidence, with joy, with freedom. And today, I want to talk to you about something very important. Something that might be sitting heavy on your heart right now. The truth that everything in your life, everything you want, everything you fear, everything you hope for begins in one place, your mind. And if you can learn to control your mind, you can control everything else. Your emotions, your actions, your future, your English, your life. This is not a small claim. This is the foundation of every great achievement in human history. Every invention, every masterpiece, every breakthrough, every transformation began as a thought, a decision, a shift in the mind of one person who refused to let their circumstances dictate their reality. And that person can be you, not someday, not when things get easier, but right now, in this moment, as you listen to these words. You have the power to change the direction of your entire life by changing the direction of your thoughts. And today, I am going to show you how. But first, let me acknowledge something. I know your mind feels out of control right now. I know it races at night when you try to sleep. I know it fills with worry before important moments. I know it tells you that you cannot do this, that your English will never improve, that you are too old, too slow, too different. I know it replays embarrassing moments from years ago. I know it imagines disasters that have not happened and probably never will. I know because my mind does this too. Every human mind does. The difference between people who suffer and people who thrive is not that one group has peaceful minds and the other does not. It is that one group has learned to work with their mind, to guide it, to discipline it, to master it. And the other group is still being dragged around by every random thought, every fear, every impulse, every doubt. Think of your mind as a garden. Most people let any seed blow in and take root. A worry about money, a memory of failure, a comment from a stranger, a news story about disaster, and they do not weed. They do not plant intentionally. They do not tend to what grows, so their garden becomes a mess of anxiety, regret, and confusion. But a gardener understands something powerful. You cannot control which seeds blow into your garden, but you can choose which ones you water, which ones you pull out, which ones you give space to grow. Your mind works the same way. You cannot stop thoughts from appearing, but you can choose which thoughts you believe, which thoughts you follow, which thoughts you allow to shape your reality. This is control, this is power, and this is available to you right now. Let me tell you about the connection between mind and English, because I know this is why you are here. You want to speak English confidently, but your mind tells you that you cannot. Your mind creates a movie of you freezing, of people laughing, of you forgetting every word you know. And you believe that movie. You feel the fear in your body, your heart races, your throat closes, and you stay silent. But here is what you must understand. That movie is not reality. It is a thought, a prediction, a guess. And guesses are often wrong. When you control your mind, you stop the movie. You notice it is playing and you say, no, I choose a different movie. I see myself speaking clearly. I see people understanding me. I see myself calm and confident. And you play that movie instead. At first it feels fake. It feels like lying to yourself. But it is not lying. It is directing. It is creating. It is using the same power your mind uses against you, but now using it for you. The ancient philosophers knew this. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor who faced wars, plagues, and betrayal, wrote in his private journal that the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. He did not say it depends on your circumstances, not on your wealth, your health, your success, on your thoughts, because he understood that two people can face the same situation and one crumbles while the other stands strong. The difference is not the situation, it is the mind. It is what they tell themselves about what is happening. It is the story they create. And you are the author of your story, not the victim, not the audience, the author. You can write whatever you want, but you must pick up the pen. I want to teach you a practice now. It is simple but not easy. It requires commitment. Every morning before you look at your phone, before you let the world into your mind, sit quietly for 5 minutes. Close your eyes, breathe, and choose your thoughts for the day, not reactively like a victim of whatever happens, but proactively like a creator of your experience. Say to yourself, today I am calm. Today I am capable. Today I speak English with confidence. Today I handle challenges with grace. Say it like you mean it. Feel it in your body. See it in your imagination. This is not magic, this is programming. You are setting the code for your day. And when you do this consistently, something changes. Your mind starts to believe you. It starts to look for evidence that you are calm, capable, confident. It starts to filter your experience to match what you planted. This is how you control your mind. Not by fighting bad thoughts, but by crowding them out with good ones. Not by suppressing fear, but by building courage so large that fear has no room. But I know the objections you are raising. You are thinking, you do not understand my life. My mind is different. I have anxiety. I have trauma. I have real problems that positive thinking cannot fix. And you are right. I do not know your specific pain, but I know this. The mind that holds your pain also holds your healing. The mind that remembers your wounds also has the capacity to build your strength. Controlling your mind does not mean denying reality. It means choosing your relationship to reality. You can have anxiety and still choose to breathe through it. You can have trauma and still choose to take one small step forward. You can have real problems and still choose to focus on solutions rather than suffering. This is not about pretending everything is fine. It is about refusing to let your mind make everything worse than it needs to be. Let me tell you about a student named Alina. Alina came to me when she was 39, working as an accountant in a country where English was not spoken. She needed English for a promotion that would change her family's financial future, but her mind was her enemy. Every time she opened her textbook, her mind screamed, "You are too old, you will fail, you will embarrass yourself, your colleagues will laugh, you will lose your job for even trying." She believed these thoughts. She felt them physically. She would close the book and cry. She told me she was broken, that her mind was defective, that she could never control it. We started small. I asked her to notice one thought, just one. The next time she sat down to study and her mind started screaming, I asked her to pause and name it. There is the thought, I am too old, and then I asked her to question it. Is that true? Am I really too old? Or is that just a story I am telling myself? And finally, I asked her to replace it, even if she did not fully believe the replacement yet. I am learning at exactly the right time for me. I have wisdom that younger learners do not have. I am capable of growth at any age. She did this every day, not perfectly. Sometimes she forgot. Sometimes she still believed the negative thought, but she kept practicing. Because controlling the mind is like controlling a muscle. It strengthens with use. Within 6 months, Alina was different, not because her circumstances changed, not because her mind stopped producing negative thoughts, but because her relationship to those thoughts changed. She no longer believed everything her mind told her. She became a skeptic of her own pessimism. She learned to say, that is one possible story, but here is another. And she chose the story that served her. She got the promotion. She spoke English in meetings. She told me later that the English was almost a side effect. The real transformation was in her mind. She said, I realized I had been living in a prison of my own thoughts, and I held the key the whole time. This is what I want for you, not just better English, but the recognition that your English, your career, your relationships, your happiness all flow from the same source, your mind. And that source is yours to direct, yours to purify, yours to strengthen. You are not a victim of your genetics, your upbringing, your past failures. You are a gardener, and every day you decide what grows. Let me give you more tools for this, because inspiration fades without practice. First, observe your thoughts without judgment. Meditation is the name for this, but you do not need to sit cross-legged on a mountain. You just need to watch. When you feel anxious, ask, what am I thinking right now? Write it down, look at it. Is it fact or opinion? Is it helpful or harmful? Just the act of observing creates distance. You realize you are not your thoughts. You are the awareness that notices them. And from that distance, you can choose. Second, speak to yourself like you would speak to a friend you love. Most people are cruel to themselves in ways they would never be to anyone else. They say, "You are stupid, you always fail, you will never learn." Would you say that to your best friend, to your child? Then why say it to yourself? Change the voice. Make it kind. Make it encouraging. When you make a mistake in English, say, "Good, I am learning." When you feel afraid, say, "Courage, I am with you." When you want to give up, say, "Rest if you must, but do not quit." This is not silly. This is essential. The voice in your head is the one you hear most. Make it worth listening to. Third, control your inputs. Your mind is shaped by what you feed it. If you spend hours scrolling through news of disaster, your mind will predict disaster. If you surround yourself with people who complain, your mind will learn to complain. If you watch content that makes you feel small, your mind will believe you are small. Be protective, be selective. Feed your mind with stories of people who overcame, with music that lifts you, with conversations that inspire, with this channel where we build you up, with books that expand your sense of what is possible. Your mind is a precious environment. Guard it like you would guard a sacred temple. Fourth, use your body to control your mind. They are connected. When your shoulders are tight, your mind feels threat. When your breathing is shallow, your mind feels anxiety. So change the body to change the mind. Stand tall, breathe deep, move, exercise, dance, walk. The physical act of expansion signals safety to your brain. It creates the chemistry of confidence. Before you speak English, before you face a challenge, put your body in a posture of power. Shoulders back, chin up. Smile even if you do not feel like it. Your mind will follow your body. This is not fake. This is science. This is wisdom, ancient and modern. Now let us apply this specifically to your English journey. I know you have a goal. Maybe it is fluency. Maybe it is passing a test. Maybe it is speaking without fear. Hold that goal in your mind right now. See it clearly. Feel it completely. That is the destination. Now notice what your mind says about the path. It probably says it is hard. It is long. It is uncertain. It is full of obstacles. These are thoughts, not facts, and you can choose different thoughts. The path is clear. I am making progress every day. I have everything I need to succeed. I enjoy the journey. I am becoming the person who speaks English with ease. Choose these thoughts, repeat them, believe them, and watch your behavior change. When you believe the path is clear, you walk it. When you believe you are making progress, you keep going. When you believe you enjoy the journey, you find joy in small victories. Your mind creates your reality, so create a good one. But what about when things go wrong? Because they will, you will fail a test. You will forget words in an important conversation. You will have days when nothing makes sense. Your mind will want to spiral, to generalize, to say, "See, I knew I could not do this. This proves I am a failure. I should quit." This is the moment. This is the test of your control. In that moment of failure, you have a choice. You can let your mind run wild into despair, or you can grab the reins. You can say, "This is one moment, one data point, not the whole story. What can I learn? How can I grow? What will I do differently next time?" This is not positive thinking. This is resilient thinking. This is the mind of someone who succeeds because they refuse to let one failure define them. They let it refine them. They control the narrative. And so can you. I want to talk about the present moment now, because control of the mind is really control of attention. Where you place your attention determines your experience. Most people live in the past or the future. They replay old regrets. They rehearse future fears. They are never here, never now. And the now is the only place where life happens, where English is spoken, where love is felt, where work is done, where peace is found. When you control your attention, you control your life. So practice bringing it back. Again and again, when you eat, taste the food. When you walk, feel your feet. When you speak English, listen to your own words. Be here. This moment is a gift. That is why it is called the present. Do not waste it on thoughts of yesterday or worries of tomorrow. They are gone. They are not real. This is real. You are real. Your breath is real. Your potential is real, right now. Let me tell you about the compound effect of mind control. Small changes, repeated daily, create massive transformation. 5 minutes of meditation becomes an hour of peace. One positive thought becomes a habit of optimism. One moment of courage becomes a life of bravery. You do not need to be perfect. You do not need to control every thought forever. You just need to practice, to choose, to return to your intention when you drift. And each time you do, you strengthen the muscle. Until one day you realize you are different, calmer, clearer, more powerful, more free. The person you wanted to be is who you have become, because you controlled your mind, and in controlling your mind you controlled everything. This is the ultimate freedom, not freedom from circumstances, not freedom from problems, but freedom from your own reactivity, from your own fear, from your own doubt. When you control your mind, no one can manipulate you. No situation can defeat you. No failure can stop you because you are the source of your experience. You are the author, you are the gardener, you are the director, you are the power, and that power is always with you. It cannot be taken, it cannot be lost, it can only be forgotten. And today, you are remembering. So here is your commitment, not a promise to be perfect, but a promise to practice. Every day for the next 30 days, spend 5 minutes directing your mind. Choose your thoughts. Question the negative ones. Replace them with ones that serve you. Control your inputs. Move your body. Speak kindly to yourself. Be present and watch what happens. Watch your English improve because you are no longer afraid. Watch your relationships deepen because you are no longer defensive. Watch your work succeed because you are no longer distracted. Watch your happiness grow because you are no longer at war with yourself. This is the promise of mind control. Not that life becomes easy, but that you become strong, strong enough for any life, any challenge, any dream. You are ready for this. If you feel the truth of these words in your heart, then I ask you to do 3 things. First, like this video. Let me know you are here. Let me know you are committing to this practice. Your like helps others find this message too. It helps build this community of people who are taking control of their minds and their lives. Second, subscribe to English Speaking and Listening Club. Join us every week. We are not just learning English. We are learning to live. We are learning to be free. And we need each other on this journey. Third and most important, start now. Not tomorrow. Now, take 1 minute, close your eyes, breathe. Choose one thought that serves you. I am capable. I am growing. I am in control. Feel it, believe it, and carry it with you into your day, into your English practice, into your life. You have everything you need. You always have. The power is in your mind, and your mind is in your hands. Take it, use it, master it, and watch everything change. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for choosing to be the author of your story. I will see you next time. Until then, control your mind, control your life, and become everything you were meant to be.